Hi, this is Joe Jenks. I am, for 2016, the artist in residence for People's Music Network. Early in my touring career, I was invited to come to People's Music Network in the spring of 2002, summer of 2002. I was invited by Pat Humphries and Charlie King. And through this community, I got to know a lot of people, particularly in the Northeast, but all over the United States and a few from Canada, who were really engaged as artists and activists in creating and producing and putting music in the world that was about fostering transformation and positive change. And I was really moved to come into a whole gathering of people whose sort of celebrated purpose really was to create this music and put it into the world. And over the arc of several years, 2002, 2003, 2004, I became friends with many people in the People's Music Network community. I adopted mentors who helped me craft my touring career and my performing career. Not so much that they told me how to do it, is they just gave me pointers strategically when I needed that information. How do I I talked with Charlie King about how do I file a contract with the musicians union, and I would talk to somebody else about how do I find a concert in this part of the country, or how do I promote my music better, how do I record more effectively. And I just met mentors in this community that helped me take the next step. Not every step, but just the next step, and that's all we really need to know is what the next step is. And at every step of the way, I kept finding more people that could help me take the next step or help me think well about it. And so for me, my experience of this community in those earlier years in my touring career was one of simply finding a lot of very loving and kind and like-minded people who had a vision of music of the people being present in the world as part of our cultural heritage, and a living, breathing heritage, not just a historical one.
For myself, my music is really a journey, a medicine. It's my activism. It's all those things, and this space is really receptive and resonant with that in a way that's very encouraging and very supportive and very loving.
No more war, no bombs, no guns. Hugs for each and every one. Hugs for one. And we can move out of the circle and feel free to hug each other.
PMN means a bunch of people gathering together to work to make the world a more peaceful place by making music and having a really great time while doing it and making friends.
We like to think of music as a way to communicate our desires for what we want to see in the world and be the change that we want to see through music. So come on over to People's Music Network, check us out, come to a gathering, and it's peoplesmusic.org. Thanks.
When I first got to PMN, I was a timid songwriter. I wasn't really sure if my songs were any good. PMN gave me lots and lots of affirmation and acknowledgement and friendship and love and networking, as their name implies. I had the courage to put out a CD, and then a few years later another CD, largely because of the encouragement and the affection that I received from PMN.
To meet this crowd of intergenerational, music activists, it's just, people call it a tribe, like it really is.
People's Music Network for Songs of Freedom and Struggle creates a community of inspiration and support twice a year. We meet the last weekend of January in a major city, and we meet the first weekend of June at a camp. In June 2016, we'll be at Camp Kinderland in Tolland, Massachusetts. We developed this community because we feel nourished by using music for social change. We feel that our lives have been changed by singing these songs and learning the histories and learning the values that are contained within these songs. We become more adept, more culturally literate people when we engage together in these traditions of singing for social change in a supportive way, because at PMN, it's not about being a star, it's about contributing to a tradition of struggle and a cultural tradition that supports that struggle.
I don't play an instrument. I can't read music. I don't qualify myself as a musician, but I love to sing, and there's great sing-alongs and a lot of fun, and so many times I've been blown away. So come.
Gonna have an amazing weekend. PMN, give it up.